Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Losers Bracket Finals match of the Super Metroid A Link to the Past Randomizer 2021 Co-op 2v2 tournament. It's a mouthful, but we've almost made it to the end. We have a match tonight between Will Cut Grass for Rupees, MM2 NES Cartridge, and Farfaloo versus Team Farts, Andy and Ivan. I'm Maniacal, and I'm joined on commentary tonight by Polar Bear Bunny. How are you tonight, Bunny?
Hey, Maniacal. I am doing great. Happy to have you joining me tonight, of course, for this really great match. Finally, at the end of Losers Bracket. So, winner of this will go on to the finals and face off against Crockpot.
You mean there's a more finals than final?
Exactly. This match is just the match to determine who is the most loser of all the losers.
Okay, so whoever loses this is the king loser. The pair of them.
The largest, loseriest team ever.
Of 2021.
That's correct.
Okay. So we'll get them their crown, and then the winner of this, you say, gets promoted into the more different finals for a more different losery crown. Is that right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they're going to go on and play Crockpot, the winners bracket finals winners. They beat Team Farts recently, and we'll be maybe looking for a rematch. It's Aussie 101 and some eggplant waiting on them. But looks like we're underway here. So do you think we see anyone go to retro?
I think for sure. I think that's been kind of the meta in these. At least one person from each team going down to Blue Bryn.
Yeah, now this time it's Andy. I thought that Farts usually sent Ivan down, so interesting. And it looks like MM2 and Farfaloo are not on it, so we're getting a little divergence. If Andy finds anything down here, that'll be big news. But it looked like both Farfaloo and MM2 scouted the Hylia Island item.
It did appear that way. I don't know if Farfaloo went all the way, but
okay,
I'm sure it's muscle memory if he did.
Yeah. Cute Yoshi sprite here on Farfaloo's side. We'll see.
Got some supers.
We've got a shy guy. Wonder what we'll have for Andy. I don't actually wonder what we'll have for Andy. I know what we'll have, but you know, interesting sprite choices. Not as much on the Super Metroid side, just seeing some Samuses and just 5 arrow capacity in the ceiling.
Oh, Andy's actually going to keep those supers at this time.
Yeah.
Not a typical choice. Supers are very nice, but generally aren't going to do too much in Super Metroid until you find the Morph Ball anyway.
Yeah, nice Green Guard prize pack with the bomb there, but did already have 3 bombs. Like, again, the numbers are impossible to tell, but I think we have 4 bombs for both Farfaloo and MM2.
Big shout out to our tracker here, Seiryu X and Hydropower. Seiryu pointing out Ether on Lumberjack.
Yeah, that's spicy is a great word. Just a little picante, the cold coin. Yeah, we may or may not need it. In the well, though.
It's gonna be great if that's a pendant Maya or a pendant Turtle Rock.
Yeah, great item is exactly the adjective I would choose, Pete. Yeah, but Morph in the Lost Woods drop down in the Thief's Hideout, so I don't think we'll see any of our runners be too late to that. We do see Ivan going in on a bomb escape early. Gonna clear out the escape. And Andy is about to go and probably learn about that ether and find that Morph Ball for Team Farts. All this early sphere stuff, no team, especially in co-op, is reasonably going to miss any of these early sphere items unless it's something like exactly Agina or Zora.
Agreed. I think I've seen at least 3 supers so far. So Andy didn't really need to keep those initial supers. Ivan needs to be a little careful. The bomb escape can be pretty dangerous, especially if you don't have an item for which to stun the guards. That makes it kind of a lot easier.
Yeah, as long as the penultimate guard here, not ball and chain, but the green guard, isn't a complete jerk, should be in good shape. MM2 also getting a little bullied by the cannonballs there in Eastern. But yeah, Ivan makes it to the heart refill and is looking to do probably a 2-pot strat here on ball and chain. Definitely a good call.
Yeah, really good guard RNG there.
Yeah, sometimes that green guy just like parks between you and the hearts and between you and ball and chain and just like will not leave you alone.
Yeah, like actually doing his job. Like, weird.
Yeah, why? Doesn't he know that it's like 8 p.m. on a Wednesday? He should be at home watching SMZ3, not doing his job.
Oh, ball and chain guy can handle it. Farfelu did pick up the flippers in the well, so nobody has nearly good money for Zora.
Yeah, we found the shovel from MM2. We got a sword, we got flippers, morph ball. Don't think we've seen any power bombs just yet, though.
Yeah, I can't say that I recall any either.
Especially with early morph, that's one of those things that you're really looking for in Sphere 1 is, like, the first 2 power bomb packs are critical.
Well, there was one in Link's house.
Well, there we are. See, this is me failing to watch 4 screens at once. I'm probably failing to watch even 1 screen at once.
Yeah, true.
If I'm being really honest about it. Hookshot here at Race Game for Ivan. I was not aware of that before. Don't know if we saw it or not, but it's a cool early item. I guess Farfelu left and maybe is going to make MM2 do a south to north on the Kakariko cleanup. One of the nice things that you can do with co-op is split things in kind of unconventional ways because there is going to be some doubling back between partners. So you can like cut out the things that you don't want to do and then tell your partner, hey, you go do this because I didn't, and then they can't do anything about it because it would be inefficient to make you go back. MM2 in a bit of trouble here. Gonna reset the room. Definitely a good call. Is going to get new pots and maybe farm up some health.
Yeah, we'll have to go ahead and kill all these enemies, but the anti-fairies will do a heart of damage to him once they fly away. So he'll have to be careful.
No.
This is one of those times where I say to my partner, okay, I can't do this. We'll have to do this later.
It does manage to get through it, resetting the pots, gets that big key, and now he's going to have to wait for those top anti-fairies to clear out. Oh, but they're not doing it.
Oh, they're up there! Use the shovel!
All right, we're through.
Okay.
So yeah, while I focused on MM2 getting 0 item checks, you know, I'm sure that there's interesting things happening on the 3 other screens.
Yeah, we did get an ice beam. And a bee for Farfelu. Everybody is just dying today. Not dying, but like almost dying. It's rough out there. In A Link to the Past today.
You know, this game is not easy. Andy grabbing his hook shot completes the race game. One of the safer zones, apparently. Farfelu has navigated the maze of ultra-dangerous Light World crabs and made it over to Ice Rod Cave. Ooh, and found Various suit there. That is pretty exciting early find. Also, sorry, go ahead, PPV.
I was gonna say the ice beam can get you access into Upper Norfair.
Yeah, just gotta go, you know, down Red Tower. Use those power bombs and super missiles, and one of the nice things you can get to Death Mountain with that hook shot, East Death Mountain, without necessarily having a glove or a flute.
Oh, so for Rupees on the left here, Farfaloo actually didn't scout the race game, I don't think, because MM2 just scouted it since he says the shot.
Yeah, so he's gonna pass that along. The runners are in a voice call with one another. The left two are a pair, and then the right two. Not talking across teams, but just within teams, communicating about where those items are so that they can find them faster. And Farfaloo now getting bullied a little by the green guard. Man, it is just rough out here in A Link to the Past.
Where did that guard come? Oh, did he come out of the bush? I hate that.
He probably was a bush guard, yeah.
That guard does not exist on that screen.
Not unless you slash the wrong bush, then surprise.
We'll put the Randomizer in here. Yeah, like you said, hookshot not immediately needed. Without the glove or the flute to get right up on the mountain, we will have to run through Super Metroid to get there. So lots of options in Super Metroid now. I've seen E-Tanks, we've seen the 5 power bombs, lots of supers. Lots of people like avoiding the Brinstar loop though, with only 5 PBs. Might be holding out for another one.
Yeah, I do like sending, someone pretty aggressively just down Red Tower to get that Death Mountain info, just because you get the saving quit naturally out of it. And all of the items combine from what we've seen so far in Sphere 1 just to get you over into that Paradox Cave area with 8 items that you can find. So pretty dense spot. I'm kind of expecting to see something show up there, just with hookshot Variomorph power bombs.
A little surprised here sometimes when there is the ooh, Hobo had a big payout. That'll help getting towards Zora money, but still not quite. I'm gonna say usually when there's early flippers, the other teammate that didn't get the flippers will Houlihan for this reason. But not today. Not on Team Fart's side.
Yeah, I didn't see. I'm hoping that was an intentional death there for Farfaloo, and he didn't. Yeah, it looks like it was a position for an intentional death. I think he was killing ball and chain there, and looks like we're gonna see the play through at least to Dark Cross. If we don't get a key there, we're locked out of making it to the back because Farfaloo did not steal the key. But we will, by virtue of an installed light cone, get to see what shows up here in this chest at Dark Cross.
Legit lamp. Yeah, we do already have the map, so he knows if it's not a key, it's at least an item. Don't be alarmed, he's leaving that chest because this is co-op and he knows that it's junk.
And it is the small key.
Nice.
So, yeah, Farfaloo is going to be able to continue on to the back. If something pops here, like, obviously like a glove, that would be, very, very big for Will Cut Grass for rupees. Andy,
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, going to be our first over into Super Metroid to take advantage of that morph. Looks like he is headed in the Bryn Loop direction.
I think MM2 took a death on his way to getting his Varia. Those crabs, man. Probably some random guards out of nowhere, too, attacking him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very unfortunate location in terms of going there with low health early. Sometimes those crabs just don't work out.
Here's the play, though. You save and quit the Sanctuary, and you take the Rule Pool, so you don't have to walk through the crabs. Because you have the flippers.
Okay, it looks like Ivan also into Super Metroid is going to go right. I believe that Andy has the Varia suit. I can't tell though. That doesn't look like any sort of Varia suit I've ever seen.
It's very green. Speaking of something I couldn't tell, First Blue got a rod in the back of his cape, and looks like it was the fire rod.
That's actually a pretty interesting find in that location. We're going to be watching for a lamp or glove to put that in logic.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a lamp that puts it in logic and the fire rod somehow leads to both the gloves, it could be a while before we see Team Farts go back for that one, just because lamp is not an item that you tend to chase too aggressively. You just tend to ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think it would need to be the glove for kind of the light bulb to go off in their head and be like, oh, back of escape. Glove equals back of escape, but lamp doesn't really do that.
And looks like we're going to have a Link to the Past then Super Metroid randomizer for a little while, which is not uncommon with those early Morph Balls. Bombos here at the Alpha Power Bombs location. And Andy getting more of those beloved supers.
Already up to 25. Pretty close to Ridley ammo. And then two. Gotta check the mode.
Was that silver arrows there? It looked like. I think that was an AG and not a number for Andy in Bryn Reserve at early supers.
Tracker says yes.
I believe our trackers. They are better at seeing things than I am, at least.
It's true. I took all the vision tests. Ivan nicely getting up that little tunnel before the block respawns. That is actually very hard to do.
Man, Andy with all the can flies here in Eticoons, getting the bombs and the space jump. So Andy has gone ahead and set can fly equals true and can go back and get those criteria power bombs.
And that's just a lifesaver, those bombs here in Brinstar. Still only at the 5 power bombs.
Yeah.
The supplement is just wonderful.
Yeah, Bryn Loop. Ooh, and Vanilla Eticoon's power bombs, too.
As I was saying.
Although it's a different pack. It's not the same pack that's normally there.
How do you know?
Just looked a little different. I don't know.
No paw prints on it?
No Eticoon prints.
Right, looks like Ivan's gonna be our first into a boss room. Let's see if he can get the first boss kill of the night.
We've got Kraid here. I imagine he'll get the first boss kill. We'll see how it goes for him. But he's got plenty of ammo. He's got Varia suit. Kraid popping up like, wait, you aren't supposed to be orange yet. This is not fair.
Where did you get that? Very nice quick kill.
Yeah, very, very nice Kraid quick kill there for Ivan. And just 20 rupees behind, but yeah. Kraid's Lair is one of those things where if there's nothing in it, we might see Andy not go there for a long, long time, just because there's not a lot of convenient times. Although Andy now has Varia suit, space jump, screw attack, and 25 supers. So Lower Norfair is looking out of logic, but a lot more reasonable than it was about 4 minutes ago.
Gotta go. One thing we're missing is the high jump boost, the logical access, or gravity suit, of course, to do the logical lava dive. While this is hard mode, high jumpless, Varia only lava dive is too hard. not in
There,
logic.
there are harder things in logic in hard mode than that trick.
That's true,
So
actually.
I really don't understand that particular choice.
I agree. There, yeah.
Like some of the Meridia shenanigans, which hopefully we don't
Mm-hmm.
have to see today, are pretty objectively worse than high jumpless lava dive.
Yeah. High jumpless Meridia is the big thumbs up here in this logic, but high jumpless one room, nah, can't do it. Too hard.
It's because lava physics are different from water physics. All right. MM2 also getting a Kraid quick kill.
Nicely
And
done.
Ivan is going to get us our first intel about Upper Norfair. I really want to see one of our runners end up on Death Mountain to chase that hook shot. I really, I'm very suspicious. And where did Andy get 3 more packs of power bombs? Where did those come from all of a sudden? I mean, I guess Bryn Loop, but he is now loaded.
I did just see another one somewhere in Britain. I think Farflu is 20 as well. Yeah, so much for those normal bombs, I guess, but they're still nice in pinch.
Yeah, normal bombs are still great. And just knowing that they're there in Bryn Loop as an easy grab means that you don't have to go out of your way to get the power bombs that are actually at Edekun's power bombs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got a mushroom. Yeah, that's all that indie doing the entire Bryn loop. So not splitting up pink and blue. Doing it all. Ooh! Our moon pearl!
Yeah, that moon pearl is a nice find. Now we're still pretty far away from being able to use it in an effective way other than a water walk setting. I guess that's an effective way to use your moon pearl, but yeah, no dark world just yet. Nothing in logic for that, unless we do that high jumpless lava dive and go into the Misery Mire area.
Let's do that.
That sounds like a great thing to do mirrorless.
There's the glove. I think, yes. It's going for it, so it must be the glove or something glove-like. So hopefully this means that Team Parts won't miss the fire rod for too long. Just need one more thing for kind of normal Dark World access, either the other glove or the hammer.
Yeah, or, gravity would do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ways to get to the Dark World here.
High jump and grapple. Haha!
That's not a normal way. That is an abnormal way. Farfaloo is about to find the moon pearl for Will Cut Grass for rupees. We'll see how Ivan and MM2 choose to route that location in.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because the good items in Bryn Loop are pretty spread out. So we might just see sort of a partial rushed loop back through. But usually you want to delay doing that until someone finds speed, but with, useful Dark World access behind part of that loop with the Moon Pearl in there. We likely won't see teams commit too hard to putting that off until speed.
Mm-hmm. Ivan choosing to Old Man Cave with the hook shot when he has a sword. At least according to the tracker, he does. Maybe he forgot he has one, but that would not be my choice. Hookshot works in a pinch, I think. Boomerang's a little bit better because you can actually move while you're shooting it. But if Ivan lives, we're gonna see Death Mountain finally.
Yeah, I'm excited for these locations. Sphere 1 really, set sirens off in my head about what's going on over here. So it looks like Ivan is about to find out. I expect to find something juicy over here. if there is like even weird progression, I would probably be clowny and very tempted to chase it.
And we've got 2 little hearts under these pots here. And a heart container for good measure.
So we'll see. I guess Ivan's probably going to hookshot to kill these Smoldorms.
Yeah, he's got a sword in his inventory. Yeah. And he has a boomerang!
To be fair,
using the hookshot.
Hookshot is very effective.
Lamp, lamp, lamp. We have a lamp.
And a mitt. Okay.
Wow.
So
you
yeah,
were right, maniacal.
Not shocked at all. Glad that, you know, my ability to figure out what the seed wants me to do hasn't completely fallen off. I'll be wildly incorrect about something here before the end of the run, I'm sure. But yeah, not at all surprised that Hookshot and the early Varia suit and everything down to Norfair. Varia suit not required as part of this, but yeah, not surprised that Hookshot got us something good. So that is, you know, that's Dark World through the Village of Outcasts portal north of Kakariko.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a little early still, but SMZ3 hammer hunts are pretty rough. Just as they are in A Link to the Past standalone randomizer. That hammer can elude you for a really long time.
I'm still feeling really burnt by a hammer hunt I had the other day, so this is hurting me viscerally. Polar Bear Bunny.
It's an ice palace.
It was
Which we do have access to, by the way.
We do. Hammerless Ice Palace is not high on anyone's list.
Oh,
look at this. Yeah, this little shy guy.
Oh.
So small.
Precious.
What an adorable creature. that adorable creature cannot yet push blocks, does not have the Moon Pearl. But Ivan does know these checks are in logic. Just isn't going to be able to knock all 6 of the checks over here out. Just going to be able to get these 2.
Wow, Farfel also making the wreck ship play. Along here with Andy, who's already up into the Fantoon fight.
Is that our first bottle there in Ocean?
I think so.
Okay. I'm assuming Andy got it. It's just one of those things that, you know, we lose on the tracker because we have too darn many things. Half Magic's a nice safety there for Ivan. He is going to continue. He's going to go take a look and find out what's going on. Maybe with the Turtle Rock Medallion? No, he's going to bail. Okay. I was surprised to see him continue.
I'm surprised to see him bail on that information, knowing that Ether is on Lumberjack. Mm-hmm. Do they know that? Do they in particular know that?
I think they do. I think we saw Andy go up that way.
Just that back of escape. Ivan going to click the fire rod information and then go straight to Ice Palace.
Yes and no.
Oh, you're right. He needs to get his Moon Pearl first.
Yes. No, he doesn't need to, because he could just Bunny Revive.
That's what I would do.
Every time you revive is Bunny Revive. There's no other way.
So far, we've got a Cane of Burna here in the wreck ship. Oh, Farfalu did not full wreck ship. He just got the bottle and bailed, it looks like.
That's a call. I'm not sure how I feel about that particular call, but it is a call. I don't think there was anything particularly drawing him away from that.
Yeah, I think some people just don't believe in the wreck ship. I know in the their last race versus us. They did not go to the wreck ship, and they were correct in that play. Saved a bunch of time. Get some more supers here on X-Ray, but it's randomizer. Anything can be anywhere. So, I don't know what Farflu's gonna do instead.
Yeah, bailing on wreck ship to just go to X-ray. I mean, like, if you just want to hard commit to gamble against wreck ship, I mean, I'm all for it. I understand.
Yeah, I do it with this item set. We don't have speed for the reserve item, obviously, but like screw and space can make pretty quick work of the whole top, other than the reserve item.
Yeah, MM2 was going for the pixel perfect, frame perfect wall jump, and then felt better of it and thought better of it and decided to just use his ice beam, a choice I endorse.
Yeah, coming right out of that safe door, the waiver comes right at you in pretty much the perfect position to freeze him in. To get up here to this Norfair Reserve. Nothing too great over here, though.
Yeah, Farflu is going to go knock out Kraid here. There wasn't really anything over here, so I think this is just a matter of I'm here and I'm going to give you more time before I diverge, but they're not sweeping out new information right now while this is going on.
Yeah, it could be. Looks like they might have had some connection issues, but we are on 10-minute delay, so I don't know how long ago that was.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, that could be it, or just kind of like, I'll do this now so I don't forget.
Oh, we're gonna see full Kraid today.
Ooh. Look at him. Beautiful.
Glorious. Are you excited for Metroid Dread, Polar Bear Bunny?
Honestly?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I know nothing about it. I know it comes out soon.
Yeah, I know nothing about it either.
I'm excited about it though. I'm hopeful that there's a big Kraid. That's what I want. That's all I want.
Largest Kraid. If you could promise me a larger Kraid, I will be excited. Speaking of exciting, the Book of Medora, in the top of the wreck ship.
That is not the progression you want when you go to wreck ship, but it's the progression you got.
It's large and green, just like Kraid.
Great.
Hey, Zero in chat wants to read this louder than each. No! Oh, goodness. Yeah, I do have a full clearable desert, and I don't even think we even paid any attention to the fact that Eastern is pendant, and we've got desert and Hera regular crystals. Yeah, full clearable crystal. I'd do it.
I mean,
Well,
boots pendant,
yeah.
but
Why did I think we have boots? I don't know. All these fancy boot starting modes are ruining me.
We have none of the boots.
My feet are getting cold.
Just take off Varia suit, hang out in Upper Norfair a bit. It'll be fine.
I admit I didn't pay much attention after the reserve, but I don't think we saw much of anything in Upper Norfair.
Yeah, we didn't see Croc.
Ah.
But we didn't really find a lot of useful items. I'm pretty inclined to think that its mitts for Dark World is sort of the strongest pointer to the next big piece for unlocking this. Um, you know, could be the book. Could hope it's not the book. Um, but it could be book to desert.
Spiciest book. Got a clearable Skull Woods. If you like Fighter Sword Mothula. Ivan would be pretty okay doing Skull Woods. He's got the half magic.
Yeah, and we've got Lamp and Master Sword. So
Oh,
Pyramid Hammer is back on the menu.
yeah, I'll have to see what those red crystals are.
Hopeful that it doesn't come to that. And we have flippers. We don't have mirror yet, but there are ways around that nonsense.
Well, Hammer's a nice palace, so
It always is.
it is. And I'm too gonna finally take on his Brinloop. And Ivan going to the Dark Village forest area.
Okay, yeah, and Farfalu gonna go get that hook shot. So
Ice and Mire are reds.
yeah, Farfalu knows about the mitts now and knows, okay, go get that hook shot. So Ice and Mire.
So no Pyramid Fairy Hammer today, but
It's
still
back off the table.
Still some spicy places it could be. We had our green pendant at Pod, and other pendant right here in Skull Woods. You can tell by the music.
And no Sahasrara hammer.
That's true.
Is there a worse thing to see than Pendant Pod that is not Pendant Thieves Town?
And it's Swamp. I dislike the Pendant Pod Pendant Swamp combo a lot, personally. The double whammy of the two most dense dungeons being Pendant.
Yeah, because almost always, there's going to be something in one of them and nothing in the other.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably going to choose wrong.
Yeah, you will.
It doesn't matter.
Literally doesn't matter. You're right.
Yeah. Farfalu getting his first glove. Ivan is meanwhile giving us the only new information right now. Everyone else is just kind of doubling back, catching up on what their partners have told them about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I did see one power bomb in the big chest. Since there was a small key in the first chest, big key. So yeah, I need one more item here still. But it's not that compass.
Ivan taking a death warp to avoid pushing that statue back out of place. Definitely a reasonable call. And Farfalu getting encouraged to go faster by that dead rock. Those guys are just jerks.
Grade number 2. Let's go.
All right. Oh, okay. So each team has 1.5 crades.
Nice.
Andy supplying the full crade for Team Farts.
Thank you, Andy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and check out this chest under the bridge. A couple of reasons why you might check this chest first. First reason is you're afraid of Mothula and you need that red shield to protect you. But sometimes I like it when my equipment's not very good. Can maybe snag another sword, half magic, even a heart refill would be awesome. But nothing doing for Mothula today. Oh, he's actually not gonna go fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be fighting Pendant Moth here. We got both items out of Skullwood.
It is Pendant.
And
I just said that and I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, he already knows about the book from Wrecked Ship, so like, if Pedestal becomes suspicious, he can hopefully mirror and finish Skullwoods when he needs to. So I like leaving Skullwoods here.
I do too. I was just thinking it was a crystal.
Yeah. That would make leaving here definitely a notably worse call if it was required to beat the game. Or if it was known to be required to beat the game.
Well, it was scary though. I mean,
yeah.
I'm scared. Farfalu in the clutches of death. Luckily there's no enemies on Dark Death Mountain. Unless you count that guy that's up there kicking the ball.
That guy can lose more time than the crabs outside Ice Rod Cave, let's be honest. Farfalu is...
This might be where they lost communication.
Okay, yeah.
The future.
I was gonna say the timer was still going. The Yoshi just... full stop.
Red Shield though for Ivan, actually not a bad thing for Thieves Town for the blind fight. You can get a little out of control with all those fireballs. Red Shield will protect you from like at least 2 of them.
Yeah, Ivan is going to go right in. One of the nice things, again, about co-op, not needing to really worry too much about stranding the hammer-locked item here, where normally it might be a deterrent for going into Thieves Town without hammer. In this case, you get to look at all the items and then tell your partner, yes, you need to go in there immediately, or no, stay out until you find the hammer. And so you get to make them cover your mistakes, in a sense.
Yeah, so yeah, Thieves Town, we've got that small key up here in the front, so while the dungeon completion itself is not locked behind the hammer, that still leaves the odds of there being an item in that hammer-locked big chest pretty good.
Yeah, and we got the Turtle Rock Medallion intel as Bombos from Farfalu, and also got that hookshot cave that Team Farts has not yet gotten because of the Moon Pearl situation when they got up there to their mitts. So, Andy, I'm sure will get that information double back over that for us when he goes to get his mitts. But, has put it off for now, and MM2 is doing some surface space jumping, trying to get on the pillar there, thinking better of it, and just going back and going to cross the moat a little differently.
So you're saying MM2. MM2 scouts the book,
MM2
using the peak strats.
Yeah, knows now that he'll have to go up there for the item that never leads to anything anyway.
Yep. At least Meyer is also a crystal. We still have a chance for that ether being required. Good news for our runners, if ether is required, that means that they will get the boots at some point, eventually.
I always try and assess whether I would rather have boots or not have boots, like against a known opponent. And if I'm will cut grass for rupees, I might be better off thinking about, valuing a bootless run, just because Ivan and Andy are both very proficient utilizers of the Pegasus boots item.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Speaking of going fast, though, Farfalu found Speed Booster there in the brewery. Ivan popped in here to Thieves Town before checking that, I believe, so he'll check that once he's done.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but at least it was in the Dark World, so that you kind of know that you're going to have to send your teammate through Bryn Loop, at least partially, for that Moon Pearl to go get it. So neither team's going to feel like they lost value based on that speed booster location.
And to really quickly go back to what you were saying about the Pegasus boots, MM2 and the last race, we had a bootless seed, no Pegasus boots to be found, and he actually sub-2'd the seed, so you don't always need boots to go fast.
No, often boots just mean more checks, and I think it's, very overstated the amount of time save that boots actually impart. It's, order of 3 to 5 minutes if you have them for an entire co-op seed. Now, per person, but sometimes they can just break things wide open. Speaking of broken wide open, that super failed to do that to Fantoon, so we're going to get an enrage cycle.
The other shoe on blind. And, Andy, looks like you found the bow at Cracked Power Bombs. So that's a clearable Eastern and Pendant Pod. Some Pendant Pod, anyway.
Well, not... Yeah. Everything except for the boss.
The other red shield.
Ooh.
Yeah, so yeah, Hydrant Boots on blind, gonna go nicely with his speed booster here. That's lower north for access. If you want to go that way. A lot nicer now. Now you can take the Frog Speedway instead of climbing through Cathedral again. But yeah, our tracker's pointing out as well, there is an item in the Thief's Town big chest, so Andy and then MM2 later, they probably won't be going into Thieves Town until they have the hammer.
Yeah, which I guess depending on Andy's level of comfort with high jump bootless lava dive, we might see Ivan and Farfalu get forced into the lower Norfair play sooner than later. Just in case there ends up being something behind those boots, like if hammer is behind them, you aren't going to want to put it off too long, or you're going to want to go just do your high jumpless dive, eat your vegetables and come out a little stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Thieves Town itself, not hammerlock, so yeah. Hammer could be behind the high jump boots, could be behind the high jump boots in Suitless Meridia, which, as we established, is worse than the lava dive.
Objectively worse. And okay, it does look like MM2 is going to continue on into the wreck ship, having a little bit of spiky room and death problems here. This room does, tend to cause some problems from time to time, but Various Suit helping out mightily with the environmental damage of the spikes and the sparks.
Not the Kazans. Not a smush.
Those are enemies.
Smush damage.
And we're going to get to see the Skullterra there.
Oh, he's doing Mappa.
He has been working on Mappa. We missed a tile.
Oh no! MM2. Meanwhile, Mirror and Powder in the Hype Cave. Solidly hype.
Yeah, that mirror is actually a really, really nice find. Means that going into the mire area is less likely to isolate a substantial portion of the locations, is providing also a backdoor access to potentially skip upper wreck ship if no items are hard behind that book.
Yeah, absolutely. They have all the items that you're always afraid to leave in the mire area when you make the commitment to go all the way through Lower Norfair. I'm always afraid to leave the myths in mire or something like that, but they've already got those. So if they do happen to get the flute, that's just icing on the cake. We'll have even better access.
Yeah, flute, cane, things you don't want to leave in mire, but yeah, mitts are the really costly one.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much is left before we see this lower warfare happen?
I don't know.
We're
I would
starting
want
to
to
run
go
out of
soon.
stuff. I mean, yes, technically we have high jump boots and ice. So we have bad partial front of Meridia, as well as some of the backdoor stuff, but like no one really wants to do that without gravity, so you know, I guess we entertain it, but we're starting to run thin on stuff outside of the residual Dark World checks.
I don't think we can wait much longer on this LN, especially with speed showing up there. It's not even that time costly to go through the original SM way. Good bat.
Just bomb capacity today. Ivan picking up that purple chest is gonna save and quit, presumably to I don't know what that collection of characters said. But to his house, to Shy Guy's house.
Shy Guy's house.
And walk over and turn that purple chest in. Another one of those checks that when you get a chance to do it, it can be good to just have the lead teammate take care of it.
He is gonna have to have Andy clean up the Bombos tablet if it comes down to it. He doesn't have the book. Well, nothing on the Smith chain, what a surprise.
Tell me how you really feel about PvP.
Shake fist at Smith chain. It's fine, it's got items just as often as any other place does, I guess. Orphle will go in a swamp.
Not so many checks there in the Smith chain, so it's slow, and when it has something really important, it can really hurt.
And Farflu here, he will only be able to check the chest behind the bomb wall, and if it's not Hammer, he's gonna have to leave. Oh no, Maniacal, he doesn't have the swamp small yet.
I think it's going to be in the first chest.
Whoa!
The worst location for it.
Amazing!
I haven't had that happen to me yet in cross keys, but
I actually have had it.
oof.
Ooh! That's nice, if you're not gonna get the hammer. There's those Pegasus boots.
Where did those show up?
First chest is swamp.
Okay. Well, we're gonna check immediately if Hammer shows up behind those.
That would be something.
Interesting that we're doing the Bonk Rocks before the King's Tomb. I wonder where MM2 is planning on going after that he's choosing this this particular routing.
Lots of money. Yeah, Andy very well could go ahead and clean up that first chest of swamp. 14 parts. Pretty soon here, once he's done getting his speed booster. Ivan in that lower north fair like we've been wanting. Since he has space jump, he's gonna go ahead and go to Golden Chorizo the vanilla way. Ooh.
Oh, those boots leading to that flute.
Wow, that is just large time save.
Yeah, this is a chunky swamp dive here for Will Cut Grass for rupees.
That is, wow. It's still very early and very low on go mode items, but they were falling behind a little bit, and I think this just brought them ahead.
And Ivan getting the spring ball here. Not quite as good as Boots plus Flute, but you know, we take what we get.
Yeah, was quite a disappointment after Boots plus Flute. Most notably because it is just another one of those Suitless Meridia items that you might need. We just need a grapple beam for Suitless Jack Tool. if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's nobody's first choice.
Alright, what's the Mario medallion? Farflu! Why?
We're gonna find out later.
Commercial break.
Farfaloo's on that heck quake. Okay, Ivan has shown it to us. It is Bombos.
Oh. Oh, there's Grapple!
Heckin'.
So, yeah, if you're not aware, in hard mode, Suitless Shack Tool could very well happen. You need all of High Jump, Ice, Grapple, Spring Ball, Space Jump. I think that's it. I think I covered it all. And I think players like this, if it's just gravity at Shack Tool, and nothing's hard locked behind gravity, you're just gonna skip gravity. But if it's something else that you need for, like, Link to the Past, like if it were Hammer, then you would have to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it depends what's there and what's behind it. Is this our first Agina? We have to have seen Agina already, right?
I don't think we have. I haven't, personally.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we don't feel bad.
This is interesting too, because Ivan's in here, and yeah, it's Boots lot. Ivan's in here without boots.
Yeah, Farts does not yet know about their boots. We'll see. This is the opportunity for Andy to make the play in and find them.
I think he will. He's got it, right? Right?
He's looking not very mirrory here.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is in the opposite direction of those boots. This is definitely not the way you route these screens if you're
going to swamp?
Yeah.
Going away from swamp to get to swamp. But what if he's going to Ice Palace? That would be even better.
That is definitely a play that we could make here. We could go get the hammer out of Ice Palace. I think he's just headed over toward the pod region.
No, go to Ice Palace. Pod. Hammer and pod. That's just not a thing.
All right, we're not going to pod. We're Pyramid Catfish. Andy is on the overworld tour right now. We're just getting all the overworld knocked out, and then we're gonna have all the dungeons left.
Even worse when you come here to the Dark World through the Mire Portal, without mitts. It's worse coming without glove, because then you can't even check checkerboard.
Yeah. Sometimes the Mire dive is just very feels bad.
Too bad MM2 doesn't have that mirror. You can't check pit.
Yeah. Farflu, has it and knows where it's at.
MM2 actually going to Mothula. This is, kind of... Because if you're in school woods, and sometimes school woods can be hard to count your keys and your items. It's just one of those dungeons where you're just not paying attention for whatever reason. And the key layout is a little weird, but Mothula absolutely cannot have a small key. And we already have the big key.
Yeah, this is
it's kind of 50-50 in this.
It's a call. It's kind of a hard lean in the direction of pedestal, which I don't know if that's a play that I really want to make, especially after spiking flute and boots in a pretty crap spot. I'm surprised to see MM2 make this choice.
I am too. It's also possible he made a bad judgment at some point and thought this was a crystal like me, but yeah, he's rewarded with his map and his blue pendant. Yeah, meanwhile, Ivan in hot caneless mire. See,
Hot caneless mire.
We're going to caneless mire, but not caneless ice belts.
Yeah. One of these is worse than the others, and I'm not actually sure which one it is.
Ivan, obviously excellent at Link to the Past, but even considering that, doesn't have great weaponry for Vitreous right now.
Yeah. Little Godmire layout there.
Yep.
The spike room with the big key. And MM2 taking a death, was that an intentional post-moth death, or was that a moth death?
He just got the chest.
Okay, we got the chest, we got the shield.
Got the shield, yes.
Alright, he'll be ready to not die next time. Yeah, yeah, that's right, we got the map and the blue pendant. I swear I'm paying attention, PvP.
You know? You're good. Are we gonna get map compass left side mire? That would just be fantastic.
Definitely. Definitely not what we were looking for. On map compass left side mire.
I can feel it.
Fire rod here is nice. It simplifies this cutscene room and makes it at least 14% less crappy. We still do have to watch the screen shake.
Have you ever been in that room without having moved the wall? Like, what does it look like? I don't actually know. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good left side mire find.
Yeah.
Especially ahead of having done the rest of Lone Orphan. Now our beam is bad and our ammo is good, so
That's true.
I think it's likely that unless Plasma shows up real soon, we probably won't see Andy necessarily grab that. But in co-op, you know, having to communicate where all of the super packs are can become a little bit clunky.
Yeah, I think that find could have been pretty huge, and in a lot of these seeds for co-op, people end up not getting very much ammo along the way on their own personal journeys, but this seed, unfortunately for Team Farts, has quite a bit of supers just everywhere.
Yeah, that and, you know, when you get to Mire, like, you're looking at a God Mire versus dip back for just cutscene chest. So we know there's no more items in Mire. It's possible if we end up in just such a bad situation that we'll see Andy grab it, but
yeah.
While Ivan's not sad to have Charge Beam, it's not something that's going to swing the texture of the game, I think.
Yeah. It had potential, because I could definitely see Grass Ruby's not ever getting that, ever.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where the remaining items that we need show up, right? Because we have the Bombos medallion for both dungeons, but we still have that ice rod kind of hanging out there. Kena Samari is still outstanding. We wouldn't mind finding Gravity Suit at some point. And we do definitely need that hammer, so looking like go -3 to me right now with a negotiable 4.
Yep. I definitely agree. Farflu did find another sword at Mouse Missiles here in Lower Warfare, so potential for tempered for everybody. Ivan about to come across it as well.
Yeah, not a check we're going to see either team miss. In fact, both teams now already have it, but it's one of those, unless you made the Lower Norfolk play really early, you don't feel like you're getting much of an advantage from it. Having this grapple beam is nice for Farfaloo on this pre-Ridley farm. Farfaloo has overtaken the lower Norfair progress by virtue of not being in Mire. We know not missing anything by skipping it. Well, charge beam, but not too worried about that. Has somewhere between 32 and 00 missiles, depending, of supers into this fight.
Accurate. Yeah, I think MM2 and Farflu, these SM items are probably gonna call it good. Be pretty comfortable. Farflu, really good RBO runner, and MM2 been learning, been practicing a lot lately. Lots of different things. So I think they might try to leverage that advantage a little bit. But yeah, like you said, it really just depends where those hard required link to the past items. Like you can't skip the hammer, like you can skip the gravity suit.
Yeah, that honestly is one of the things that I've really kind of fallen in love with over the past few years with SMZ3 as a game. Is like the really nice balance between negotiable SM items and hard required link to past items kind of gives you this like very full clear a lot of seeds texture, but then like the routing divergences that you run into are pretty great because you end up finding them in very, very strange orders.
Yeah, it is really, really cool how different these two games are from a randomizer standpoint. That just mesh so well.
Yeah, I mean, Super Metroid, I love as a randomizer. It's just, you know, there are certain items that like once you have them, you just don't care about anything else. And like sometimes you're like, okay, I just need an E-tank for go mode at this point. Where like, you know, you find a couple early suits and a charge beam and a plasma beam, and you're just like, all right, well, speed or ice, and we're out of here. Whereas, you know, A Link to the Past, lots of hard gating. So I think that this game's really in a nice sweet spot between those things, and MM2 is going to grab those boots and then promptly get bombed out of existence.
You don't see a swamp death warp very often.
Yeah, he does have the mirror, so it was really just like a somewhat refill warp, I guess. Definitely a call. Must have just not been happy with his health into swamp.
Andy, looking for the last couple of items here in pod. Just getting more keys. Jingle keys.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pod yet from Will Cut Grass for Rupees. Went into Swamp early and decided we're gonna take those boots and leverage them, and not run around in Pod at all, but run around and do boots checks, which makes a ton of sense.
Nothing in pod. What a surprise.
Shocked.
I, for one, am shocked.
Well, we'll see. I don't... Depending on where the item ends up being, not that unlikely that we will see that pendant pod play. It is pretty high density. Although, yeah, now Andy straight into Eastern. Ivan has made it very dark indeed here in the Fireflies room, but knows where all the platforms are. Not the dark rooms you normally see in this game, but it's what we got.
Ensure a sim lamp.
It's the X-ray scope, and it doesn't even work in this room.
Yeah, that secret wall. X-ray cannot penetrate it.
Yeah, so we know Desert's boots locked. Have we seen what's behind the boots in Desert other than the big key? Like, is there an item still there? I'm not certain.
There was an item in the big chest, but it was just a piece of heart.
Okay.
Barfaloo, pretty soon going to get the intel on the bow. That's a good find.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, I guess, where is left with Lower Norfair just kind of being kind of bad.
You know what I'm gonna say, Mike.
Do I though?
Ice Palace.
Not Sueless Meridia? I wasn't sure where we were headed.
Oh.
You know, Hammerless Ice, Hammerless Swamp,
Emeralds.
Gravityless Meridia.
No, that's...
It's a veritable smorgasbord of crappy SMZ3 options.
Yep. Basically everything in Meridia is now in logic except for Aqueduct and Plasma and Precious Missiles and Dragon spaceship item. So yeah, lots of stuff in there that they could check. But Hammer's an Ice Palace, so. Oh yeah, Hera! Seen Hera!
Huh. Yeah, I guess we didn't have the mirror our first time up there.
Yeah.
So makes some sense. Everyone's kind of been up that way.
Yeah.
Had to go get those mitts, and then where was the mirror again?
Hype Cave.
Hype Cave.
Hype Cave guy.
Hype Cave guy. Very vain. So yeah, I mean, Hera, pretty interesting as a crystal option with 2 items. I think this must be what we're seeing Andy head for right now, which makes a ton of sense, honestly. I quite like the play, especially with Andy being the book team member. I have a feeling Ivan was dodging just because, like, you don't want to send 2 people up the mountain for Hera.
Right.
And so you want to send the guy with the book.
Book guy. Yeah, that's kind of funny. This had potential to be a bowl of seed. If you wanna do your mimic clip against Tower. Doesn't look like anything was actually behind the bow today.
MM2 showing us the dark side there of hook speed or spin speed. Getting that immediate quick drop back down the mountain. But he's also going to go up here and eventually find the portal and head for Hera himself.
Ooh, here's your Meridia.
Yep, and a play that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, if this turns out to be where the hammer is, that's going to, be a huge chip in Team Fart's pile. Just because I expect we're going to see Will Cutgrass for Rupees really exhaust most of their options behind that swamp play ahead of making this play. But we're rapidly running out of stuff to do.
Yeah, I've been going straight for Dragon actually. That are planning some Precious Missile check. I don't know if it was him, but I've seen someone do this before in a race, and I thought it was weird. But you do you, Ivan. It's fine. It's the E-Tank. Nice refill before Dragon. Are we gonna have Fighter? Nope.
That is actually a really nice refill there. MM2 electing for a Hera pot off of the speed setup there. Andy, it looked like was going for a bomb setup, just had a little bit of trouble. And decided, maybe not. Maybe just walk.
Forcefully going to the front of Meridia. Gets the really nice jump through the tube, but unfortunately it only has Ice Beam, so it's like 50 shots to actually freeze the fish, so couldn't quite do the normal setup.
I think with just Ice Beam, you pretty much just have to commit to, like, alright, I'm using 2 missiles.
Yeah.
Like, the 2 missile setup is like...
That's what people do, you're right.
Like, that's the default play with Ice Beam instead of try and shoot 12 pellets at this thing. You're definitely not getting that done.
The nice thing, so for this climb up Everest, Generally you need spring ball or ice, but when you have both, it's pretty nice to have spring ball as backup if you accidentally kill your fish or kill your crab with too many ice shots. Always good to have the spring ball jump in your back pocket. Starfaloo, do a crouch jump. What are you doing? Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
And Ivan is going to scout over here, but oh, he's going to get, blocked by the yard. He was a mere 3 feet away and couldn't quite get it.
I see what you did here. Ooh, we've got a Hera basement adventure going on the 2 top players. Nothing better than a bad Hera layout.
Bad Hera layout versus double suitless Meridia.
Woo!
Are you not entertained? Crab supers with the Cane of Samaria, and I missed that that scout.
I feel like I saw it and it was nothing. But also, now we definitely go to Ice Palace. Even though, well, I guess Icebreaker is out of logic no matter what, but
yeah,
the chest on that side is out of logic without the hammer.
Yeah, even with Cane of Samaria showing up early in Meridia, I do prefer this back to front routing from Team Farts. Not super wild about the Precious check, but more forgiving of that in co-op, just because you do want to be thorough. Like if you find the item somewhere, big deal. Kind of like these the boots and flute situation we've got going on. So it's interesting that Team Farts would go for the Precious check, but then like skip on the Swamp check. But I guess when they were around Swamp, there was just more in front of them with all of Pod and Eastern ahead still.
Look what Ivan's doing, Maniacal. Do you know what he's doing? He's doing it!
He's freezing the Avir. What could this be?
This is...
You have to freeze the Shrimpy Man.
Just a little bit lower.
I mean, Ivan is the freeze the Shrimpy Man player, so I approve.
So here we are. He's got all the fixins for a Suitless Shack tool. Going to see him perform a flatly jump. Maybe not.
Or not. Not sure.
This is a roundy jump.
I'm not so sure about this flatly technique.
Did you watch Tracy's tutorial from Rando League that you weren't in?
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
you
got it.
The no moonwalk flatly, surface space jump, and we're up.
Nice. Nicely done.
Good water oscillation. We are in. We're gonna get the secret shack tool intel here. If it's hammer, I mean.
That's pretty big.
Meanwhile, we're getting Ice Palace for you, PvP from MM2.
Thank you, MM2. I missed the first chest already.
Me too. I was watching this digging game.
It was probably the compass. It's always the compass. It's like a rule, like nothing good can be in that first chest.
I get so excited when I find small key there.
I know! Oh, it was an E-tank. At least it was actually something. And not the compass. We're actually going to be able to full clear Mire and get the second item out of it. I don't know if we saw both items or not.
Alright, here we go.
Here we go! He's bouncing! Oh.
Oh.
Lame. Do you ever, like, play this? It's the same thing in Cross Keys, too, I feel like. If you ever played Cross Keys, maybe you know this experience. But it's like, the seed gives you all of these things to do this thing. Then you do the thing, and then the seed does not hold up its end of the bargain. And it's like, why did you give me these things? If you didn't want me to do the thing. That's how this Jack Tool play feels. You didn't have to give me space jump.
See, I'm like, you didn't have to give me 4 Ganon's Tower small keys. It's
Yeah.
like, that's the story of my life.
It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand. Yeah. So, no small key from him to making his way over to Freezor's, which is one of the places Hammer likes to be. It's in here. Just a map. Doesn't have the big key yet. It's gonna use bomb jump.
And it looks like Andy is also thinking about backing up on the Suitless Meridia play here with Ivan. I've been having a little bit of sandfall issues here in left sandpit. Should be able to break out here with some spin jumps in the sandfall. There we go.
Interface.
But yeah, this check here for Andy going to Thieves tells me that Team Farts has decided Andy wants high jump boots. There's a sword and a reserve. Probably not finding or probably not collecting those items.
Silly reserve, you're not supposed to be on that side. How'd you get over there?
It's a weird spot for it for sure, but we're gonna see Farfalu use this cane of Samaria. See what waits here in the basement of Misery Mire.
I bet it's gonna be a small key.
I've been choosing this route through. Does have the spring ball, so an interesting call from the save room, but not all that slow. Plus, you get to show off a sweet grapple jump.
So far, only the cane that we know of. Farflu actually, it kind of looked like he was trying to, but he missed the gap to get into Mama Turtle, so we actually don't know what's on Mama Turtle either.
Oh, that's right.
MM2 getting the run around in Ice Palace. Gets the big key here in Ice Tea. So has to go back around to go check the big keys. Which is definitely Hammer.
Good old hammerless Ice Palace. Why wouldn't it be?
3 more checks up here for Ivan. So this will be pretty telling.
Hammer loves to be in Watering Hole. I'm kind of hopeful that it is, and looks like Ice Palace.
I'm sad.
Yeah, a bust. Kind of like I was sad about the lower.
Yes!
Oh, yo, there it is. All right, so game on. Unfortunately, for Will Cut Grass for Rupees, probably just a matter of time now until Team Farts goes and gets those boots.
Yeah, yeah, they've gotta know though that their options are pretty much just Plot and then the rest is Suitless Meridia at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't get the beach area from Farfalu on the first go round. I guess decided that Kane was enough.
Yeah, Kane is Turtle Rock as well. Without Ice Rod.
Ice Rodless Turtle Rock.
Man.
That's something I would definitely want to bail on Meridia for.
Well, so he went through the door on the bottom left, which you can, if you unmorph at the right time, you can fall through the door and then get over onto the ledge to Mama Turtle. And at least be able to check that. But yeah, he didn't. I think he saw the cane and went to go grab it and then didn't want to take the time to climb all the way back through again.
Yeah, just gonna make MM2 do it from the back, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes some sense. Since it's a little faster coming in from the Dark World portal.
Hey, Wave Beam on the library.
How about that? That's gonna be nice with that Charge Beam from Meyer. Charge Ice Wave.
Which Farfalu didn't get, by the way. So, I don't think he did. Plus, His
Okay, so
cutscene's faster than mine.
okay, we just left an item in Mire. Again, with co-op, kind of reasonable to do. Just be like, hey, gonna make my teammate do that. But at some point, you end up being far enough ahead of your teammate that you do have to start doing those checks for them.
Yeah, we'll have to confirm next time he goes to SM. See if we can tell. But yeah.
Because right now, both will cut grass for rupees with 2 A Link to the Past bosses, but one of MM2's is a pendant, and Farflu is ahead 3 bosses to 1. MM2 granted on his way, but I think it's sort of incumbent on Farflu to start knocking out some of those bad slow checks and stop leaving them for MM2.
Yeah, it'd be unfortunate if he miscounted, but I don't know. I don't see how you could, because he very clearly had all of the dungeon items in his menu.
Yeah, I mean, miscounts happen for sure, and you know, they do know who their opponents are. Every team that's left is pretty good, but you know, just have to maybe make some decisions about, well, if we think that we're late to one thing or another, you know, maybe have to try and cut some corners. You know, there's a lot that goes on in terms of figuring out how to balance everything in these matchups. Ivan is being very thorough with the Meridia, and Andy following right behind is stuck a little bit. Does need to freeze these. Gosh, what are they? Well,
Zoa?
Zoas. That's right. I'm so bad with enemy names. I'm like, they're not gamuts. They're
Yeah,
sure, they're Zoas.
they're blue gamuts.
Yeah, at least he knows where the useful ones are, so we're not going to see him do a bunch of garbage checks. If Hammer shows up behind this, or if Gravity shows up behind this Hammer, I don't know how long it's going to be before Will Cut Grass gets back over to it. Just bailing with the cane there, you really are stranding, you know, the rest of the front of Meridia, kind of. MM2 with somewhere between 0 and 88 super missiles. Looks like 56, if I had to guess. But
I would
no
agree.
care. Gonna just go nuts. Fire 4 with the Ghidorah. You know, SMZ3 has this problem where sometimes you have a billion supers.
And sometimes you don't. Like in co-op, but not this co-op.
Yeah, this co-op, pretty nice. Looks like 55 and 50 for Team Farts, so both of them in pretty good shape to not necessarily need that charge beam. And looks like Farfalu might be making that Pod Eastern play.
Yeah.
So gonna, you know, kind of trade time with Andy on that one. And looks like Ivan is headed directly for that swamp play. Now, this fully beatable Crystal Swamp for Ivan makes a ton of sense. Is going to get those boots and share that information with his slowly moving through the water teammate. Going for some nice wall jump strats here. It looked like...
Look at that!
Oh, yeah, not quite.
Aww.
Gonna have to wait for the crab to come around.
Yeah, only other way to get through this gap would be spring wall jump, which he doesn't have. Probably won't get either.
And he almost turned KO'd that crab.
Yeah.
Felt so bad.
That looked like it was gonna happen. And it didn't, very luckily. I'm interested to see what's in the rest of Swamp Palace here.
Probably Gravity Suit. If I had to guess, I mean, at this point, we're Gravity Ice Rod away. Is that what we're looking at right now? I think.
Gravity's in Spike Cave. It's my vision. So it's telling me.
Although Hammer plus Cane, Turtle Rock is looking tragically available.
It is. It really is.
Cool seed.
That Ice Rod and Turtle Rock, it's not just a Link to the Past only thing. It's SMZ3 as well. It happens.
Yeah, the Ice Rod in Turtle Rock is so strong that it doesn't matter if there's 216 locations or 316. Sometimes it just knows where it needs to be. And Andy. There we go.
I get a little creative sometimes.
He has his high jump boots back on now, which is good. Okay, this is an interesting choice here. So I don't think that your terminal fall speed is so fast without gravity on that you can't just roll into that hole, but it does suck if you miss it.
Being a little safe.
Definitely want to get that Cane, get that hammer, and Ivan getting that ice rod. Little pause there, saying, "Hey, is that go mode?"
That tiny pause.
It is. He's
Yeah, it's go mode.
not the happiest about it, but we know that that's very good for Team Farts.
Perhaps reminding Andy that he might want to actually get the spring ball at GT Missiles. Wouldn't be surprised if Andy is perfectly fine doing the dreaded blue suit, but it is dreaded. It's one thing to have spring ball and then just have to get the flash shoot because you don't have grapple, but it's a whole other thing to have to get the blue suit because you don't have spring ball.
Yeah, grapple and spring ball is a very cozy way to do Dragon without gravity. Anything that involves a crystal flash, for me, much less cozy. I'll take X-ray over crystal flash strats if we're being completely honest. Yeah, Andy feels the strong calling of home, knows where those boots are, and is not going to put that off for long. Yeah, other than the hammer, this one not so bad. Hammer, pretty clowny location.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other locations that were available that could have had gravity, but can't really think of any.
Pyramid through Aga, but you can't get the Pyramid Fairy crystals, so no. What else didn't we even see? I think
there's a waterway. Waterway's open.
Oh yeah, waterway and climb supers.
We saw climb. They both scouted it.
We did see the climb. That's true. So yeah, waterway.
We might not have even seen like. Yeah, I think we did see criteria power bombs.
We saw criteria power bombs. I think MM2 went there, or Farfalu went there pretty early on.
Yeah, with gravity's just a waterway. But you all feel silly. It's probably not. Odds say no.
MM2 gonna get his high jump boots, so curious if this is going to send him in to finish Suitless Meridia. I mean, they know about the cane.
Going back through this way is just strange to me. I feel like the other way is much easier if you don't need these first couple of items.
Yeah, so Farfelu is coming back in for Meridia. Strong point here from SMZ3 player Ace Zero about coming back for Suitless Meridia ahead of Turtle Rock is maybe a little surprising. Definitely a choice.
I'm surprised.
I am surprised by that call.
Plus, Farfelu was just at Pod and just at the pyramid, so he was in the best spot to come through the back of Meridia instead of doing this again.
Yeah, this forward Main Street also kind of surprising. Oh, Tam, getting it right. They don't have the hammer yet. That makes sense. So yeah, they must just be isolated here.
SMZ3 player Tam, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
we don't. I have the hammer. I don't know about the rest of you.
Tam, I think newer to SMZ3, but good to see. I
really good at Link to the Past.
Yeah, I love how big the weeklies are getting lately, and just how healthy the SMZ3 community is in general.
Mm-hmm. It has been seeing a surge in participants in the weeklies. It has been really nice.
It looks like MM2 is going to go and get us that waterway intel.
Oh, yay.
Nice little temp blue there in the side hopper area. Clears them out quickly.
Well, waterway go. That would just help MM2 catch up so much, though, if this was just gravity.
That would be pretty great. I want to see gravity here. I think that would make things more fun.
Aww.
Just a bottle.
Just a bottle. Wasn't too likely to help Will Cut Grass Rupees catch up, but if Andy and or Ivan were to have some troubles with their Suitless Dragon fight, then that definitely could have made a bit of a difference.
MM2 employing some non-traditional hammer search strats. But we'll see where he goes. I'm thinking it might just be backdoor Meridia. But no, he's going somewhere. Are we getting a pedestal check?
Graveyard Ledge?
Yeah, I guess we probably haven't seen Graveyard Ledge yet. Andy is going in here on the high jump bootless lava dive. I'm not sure why. Oh, here's the high jump boots.
Oh, there they are.
Laser.
Strap in.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's gonna probably want a crystal flash here real soon, but makes it up. Oh yeah, the drain is so slow and random.
Yeah.
I was like 200. That's not a lot right now.
Okay, MM2 is going back to Meridia. That is probably the faster way, especially with boots. Just running across those couple of screens and then taking the portal.
Andy is going the opposite direction of his spring ball right now, and I'm sad about it.
Yeah,
He's gonna gate glitch instead of going to get his spring ball.
Because, like, he has to come this way anyway, obviously to do Meyer, but also to get his grapple. I think you just get spring ball at this point.
Yeah, like, you've got ammo to kill GT. And, oh, we have the hammer now.
We have Ham.
Farfaloo has gotten to the beach area. There it is, and MM2 now knows. So his pleas were answered.
Yay, Ice Rod Hunt, is what they're saying.
Yeah, but Ice Rod's in a crystal dungeon, so they'll run into it in path easily enough.
Looks like MM2's gonna go ahead and kill Dragon. Also without Spring Ball, so he will have to do Blue Suit Fun. Which I'm sure he's happy to show off.
I was gonna say, Blue Suit Fun is definitely something that that team is very willing to run.
Yeah, some teams, some people who play this game find this sort of thing fun. I'm not one of those people, but you know, to each their own. So he's gonna, well, so if he doesn't get Blue Suit, because he can only do one, or no, yep. So he's gonna try and damage down here. These Metroids will do like 90 damage a tick. Okay. He's gonna try and get in a, don't get the E-Tank, MM2. Getting Crystal Flash range, and then initiate a Crystal Flash while Dragon is gooping. And get picked up during the Crystal Flash animation will provide him with a Flash suit.
Yeah, although, you know, RBO usually come in here with a few more power bombs. He does have, you know, 2 shots to hit it. I can tell that that's definitely a 12.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah, a lot of times you'll see them, they're not sure if Dragon is, gooping or not. They'll lay a power bomb, try and get the setup started. And yeah, he's only got 2 shots at it.
Yeah. A nice 42 health for MM2 though, so I'm happy to see that. He's ready to go, and does get that that good coin flip, wins that early goop cycle, gets grabbed and interrupted. So business is booming. He's got his spark stored and just needs to initiate a Crystal Flash and then grapple, or get grabbed during and then grapple kill Dragon. Now Swoop City. Dre did not aggro there. He was too far to the left. But Gravity Suit makes this a lot less painful, or Various Suit makes this a lot less painful than RBO conditions. So we'll see if Dragon will aggro here. Looks like he might just be committed to getting the left side goop. A little more comfortable.
It's all swoops.
Okay, this looks good. This is a goop cycle. Dragon will aggro, he'll spark. Yep, perfect.
Nice.
So he's got his stored spark, just needs to do the grapple escape, has a number of tries at it. And looks like he is not going to check the space jump location to see if...
Can't be Gravity.
Well, it could be Ice Rod.
That's true.
Okay. It looked like he was going to leave it, which surprised me.
It did. Oh.
Like, dude, you still need Ice Rod.
That's worse than the Ice Rod. That's a reserve tank.
Can notoriously be at just about every location in this game.
I'm wondering where the sword is that MM2 has that Farfaloo doesn't. That Farfaloo is wanting to get this sword instead. Eastern, maybe? Oh, wrecked ship.
The wrecked ship sword. That makes sense. This is still, like... Is this better than Master Sword, Ganon, and Tower?
No. Is this better than wrecked ship sword when you have to go to the wrecked ship anyway? I don't know, because I don't remember where in the wrecked ship it was.
And MM2 has made it out. Alright, looks like he's going to make it into the save station and be our first runner with a saved killed Dragon, so...
Nicely done.
Good job to MM2 there.
Well, yeah, only in the right side supers was the sword, then yeah, you get that sword, Farflu. This sword's dumb.
That sword is better than the Sandpit sword, definitely.
Sandpit sword is gross.
It's all sandy and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it was bowling. They're both gross then.
Okay, yeah, bowling, maybe just do it with Master Sword. Begrudgingly.
You don't see a suitless plasma check very often.
Yes, plasma is a lot of fun. Thankfully, the plasma room does not have water in it.
Yeah! You know, I actually had to be told that at one point. It's like you know that when you're in it, but when you're actually thinking about going to it suitless, you just assume it has water.
Yeah, to be fair, like, you're usually in there with gravity suit.
Yeah, maybe it's weird invisible water. Fortunately, too, you can get through Cack Alley from right to left decently easily, not so much from left to right.
Yeah, Suitless Cack Attack Alley, actually, there's some really cool strats for it. I've seen some really nice Suitless Cack Attack Alleys. I'm sure Farfaloo with the RBO grinding is probably pretty in practice for it.
Can you imagine if gravity jumping worked out of water? It'd be so cool.
You just go flying.
Just everywhere.
Everything in the speedrun is now a gravity jump. Andy picking up his third sword here from the Mickey Mouse room.
Yeah, they are just cleaning house. Only TR and Desert left for crystals for Ivan. Or not Desert, but yes, Desert, but also Hera, which he can just mirror to at the end.
Yep, Hera Turtle Rock. Pretty clean route at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Andy with Ice Palace Turtle Rock. Not so bad either. Andy, still 2 bosses to go. Ivan also 2 bosses to go. We'll cut back to the rupees. Little behind, mostly on the back of that hammer after the boots and flute situation.
Yeah, and then 2 has to snag his hammer. Ivan is gonna get his grapple and then get his desert big key, which is not in there. That's Myers shed. Ivan, please. That's right. Desert is a bad dungeon to get all the way to the boss door and not have the big key.
Not the worst, but it's a bad one, yeah. It's definitely one of the ones that feels worst.
I think most other ones have like a door before the door.
Yeah. The one that's gotten me the best probably is like Dark Swordless Pod.
Pod, yeah, that's the bad one.
Is like you do Dark Turtles and you feel medium accomplished because that room sometimes just goes bad. And then you get to the door and something is missing and you feel like such a schlub.
The big key? Question mark?
Thanks, game. Which, to be fair, is kind of nice. It's better than like it letting you just like walk into the stupid big key door forever.
What if it made like the honking sound when you can't use an item? Honk honk.
MM2 getting revenge on the yard there with the bomb.
They will die to one measly little bomb.
Farflu's got a little bit of a puff situation here, but Ice Rod thankfully cleaning it up all right.
Using one hit KO. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, puff puff.
MM2 also going to have to let the crab go around. When it's frozen, you can't use the super to knock it down. It is stationary.
There's an item that would help him out here.
Yeah, I don't think that he got it, unfortunately.
Jokes aside, it is in a not great spot, that spring ball. Having to take the long way and fight Golden Treezo to get it, regardless of how you feel about spring ball.
Yeah, definitely not the best location for spring ball, but you know, one where I don't know. I mean, it's pretty reasonable to pick it up.
I would have for Dragon.
Yeah, but
Ivan is doing the big bomb.
okay.
Perhaps think he's a little bit ahead. I don't know if he's necessarily ahead because he still has Fantoon and Andy doesn't. But yeah, maybe they're having some qualms about doing the Suitless Dragon and kind of just hoping for a miracle here.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing it, but you know, maybe. I mean, if gravity's here, maybe it's worth getting.
Not here. I wonder. I just assume that they know the grapple escape out of Dragon. I don't actually know that they know. So Andy and Ivan, well, Andy didn't get the spring ball, I don't think.
Yeah, which not too bad of a skip. They do know where the flute is. It's easy to flute back.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not too unreasonable to grab it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have both grapple and spring ball, you don't have to do the blue suit or the flash suit. None of the crystal flash shenanigans. You just kill Dragon straight up, and then grapple jump out, and then spring ball jump out of Precious. But grapple jumping is not easy. It's definitely something you have to learn how to do.
Yeah, with Ivan in the Turtle Rock to Hera situation where like post GT, you can just kill Dragon, go kill Fantoon. He's definitely ahead of the 4 players on screen, so I'm sure he and Andy are assessing that properly and just saying, you know, may as well do the extra check, just get the intel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if they just find out it's gravity and then don't choose to get it, it could be good to kind of have all the information about what the seed did just to figure out what your opponents might have done if they're not sure where they are in the seed. So I can see it.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a good argument for trying to find gravity, especially if you are stuck with doing the crystal flash. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but you know, finding gravity if you're stuck doing the crystal flash, sure, but like you already found the spring ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I forgot where it was. That'd be funny.
Sometimes that does happen in co-op, where like one teammate will find something, and then later, you know, even though it's like a very low percent thing, you don't think it's something that these teams are likely to do, and it's because they aren't. Very reasonable that like you get, you know, an hour down the line, you go, wait, where was Quake Medallion? Right? Like, It happens.
Yeah. You have flashbacks of all the seeds that you've played in the past 3 days and all the places that Quake was. You see them in your head and you don't know which one was today.
Exactly. That's I've banned myself from like pre-racing on tournament race days. I think the worst race I've run in the past maybe 2 years was a cross keys that I did after having done 3 other randomizers that day.
I remember that day.
It was exceptionally special.
You were having a time in that seed.
So yeah, seed bleed is very real. So I don't know if that's something that might be affecting the runners here, but maybe that's playing into some of the decision making. More likely than not, it's just that Ivan's ahead, and it's sort of a free roll because this is a first team to finish first. Ivan has to drag Andy across the finish line, and that's the time that's going to matter. So if there's anything that can speed Andy up at this point, it's worth doing.
I just had a little image in my head of trying to take the little pug on a walk and then the pug just resisting the leash and sitting down and pulling away.
Have you ever tried to walk a dog that didn't want to go on a walk?
Yes.
Like,
oh my
that
gosh.
That is Ivan's life for the past 2 months.
Yeah, Andy is probably gonna end up ahead of Ivan, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe. It depends how long the Dragon fight takes.
Also, the sword difference.
Yeah, I think they're fairly close at this point. By virtue of Ivan doing the TR routing, we'll probably be doing the GT routing.
Did Farflu do Dragon or not yet?
I don't think Farflu did. I think we saw MM2 do it.
Oh, because he did Swan.
MM2 did go back and check the space jump item, check plasma. But I don't think we've gotten to see Farflu show off those RBO strats yet.
Right, we're looking at a laser bridge for gravity now. Otherwise, we just got some sporadic checks here and there. Spike cave, pedestal, green pendant. Pretty sure Helmasaur himself has the compass.
Yeah, Farflu now also into Turtle Rock has the ice rod, so they also are in if we find gravity cool mode, which is we'll finish the game, but if we find gravity, I guess that's nice.
Yeah, that's really good that Farflu's doing Turtle Rock because it's a crystal has to clear anyway, and if gravity does happen to be here on Laser Bridge, then that will speed him up quite a bit. But we will miss out on the sick RBO strats.
Yeah. Now for Will Cutgrass for Rupee's sake, it's going to work out better for him if gravity is not here, because we know that Team Farts will both be able to benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas MM2 has already done that Dragon, but those are things that you don't know as a race is going on. That red hard hat beetle being a bit scummy, and that gravity location also full scummy.
Full scum.
So yeah, that's gonna make things nice and easy. Andy 100% correct for skipping that spring ball.
Mhm. It had to be somewhere.
But that does, 100% confirm that, you absolutely needed to go get that hammer from the beach.
Not the worst spot for Suitless Meridia Hammer.
No, especially because they had the flippers for pretty, easy, like, backdoor access to go back through to the front. Not that hard at all to do, but at the same time, it is one of the deeper checks in Suitless, unlike, say, Mama Turtle or Crab Supers.
Or even Watering Hole. I'm just noticing how sparse Ivan's menu is. Maybe sparse isn't the right word, but has a large gap on the right side.
Nice Master Sword Trinex there. Half Magic coming in clutch. I feel like Master Sword Trinex is the time where, other than Master Sword Ganon, where I most appreciate having Half Magic. Like, those two fights especially disproportionately benefit from Half Magic. For me, at least.
I definitely agree. Tend to try to use the hammer on Trinex on the Fire and Ice head if I only have Master Sword, but that hammer hitbox, it's a little tricky though. Definitely takes some getting used to.
Nice cold stare there for MM2. Got a nice 2-poke into spin, kept the puffs in the corner. Didn't have any rogue puffs wander out.
That is impressive. I don't know how to do that. My puffs go flying when I play.
Yeah, so I recently have been so distressed by the number of Bombos cold stares that I've had to do that I had to figure out, like, the Bombos timing, because every time I had to do a Bombos fight, the puffs would just be all over the screen. It was an actual disaster, and I finally went and just, like, labbed out something that works for me. And so hopefully it won't happen next time. But yeah, sometimes the puffs, they do what they want. MM2 kept him under control today. Farfalu about to get his gravity suit. Passing that info along.
Oh no, the boop. Moldorm. Rude as usual.
Heckin' Moldorm. This is Ivan just wants Andy to have to route out GT. Ivan's like, nah, man. I'm not going right.
You got this. Hey, Maniacal, here's the big question. How badly do you want Tempered Sword? Do you go to Sandpit Sword after Dragon? If you were Ivan.
Ooh. After Dragon, you're doing... No, it doesn't save enough time. Because you have to take the upper Norfair portal, and, like, Kraid's already dead. If Kraid wasn't dead yet, then absolutely.
That would be interesting routing, if you could do that.
Well, I mean, it would be the route, right? Like, you just go Kraid, and then you'd take the upper Norfair portal, and you'd feel like a genius who got a free Tempered Sword. As it turns out, we're just not getting Tempered Sword today for Ivan. Yeah, because we don't even have X-Ray to bowling skip, so we saw MM2, I think, pre-race doing some bowling skip practice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't even fault bowling skip here, even though it probably doesn't save time. It's like time neutral and pretty swaggy, so go for it. Yeah. But at this point, Ivan knows where all 4 swords are, and he knows 2 of them he's not getting.
guess also if you wanted to get that sword, it would be very inconvenient because you'd have to leave the mountain.
Team Farts deciding that,
Oh my gosh.
we're just gonna overlap in GT. I guess Andy's going right. He's mirroring, and Ivan's gonna stay on the left side here. But neither of them wanted to go to the right.
I'm holding pause. Yeah, reminder, this is the losers finals, losers bracket finals. So, the winner will move on to the finals to face Crockpot, Solski, and Aussie 101. Then the loser will lose.
Farflu going for this Parapot does get into the right pixel. Recent, if by recent I'm allowed to mean like 2.5 months ago at this point, development from Philistine on a slightly nicer setup for that it has made Parapot a lot nicer, at least for me. So I'm pretty happy with that new strat. But Farflu nails the old one, gets up there, kills Moldorm, no problem.
MM2 doesn't have the bow. I wonder if he knows how to mimic clip. I kind of want to say he does know how.
I'm sure MM2 knows how to mimic clip. I don't know if I've ever seen him do it.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know whether it's worth committing to doing, but that bow is pretty out of the way.
I kind of think it's worth it if you know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, my mimic clips are bad, and I would probably skip bow in this seed in his situation. So, it'll be a litmus test of how comfortable is he with his mimic clips. Because I'm pretty uncomfortable with it, and I wouldn't be going to get bow.
Suppose we will find out. Farflu, take it on GT. Oh, they had to go left. No keys in Hope Room.
Yeah.
Womp.
Yeah, it just was a matter of, do you do the Stalfos room, or do you take the pot key and mirror? And Farts were just like, nope, doing the Stalfos room. And to be fair, it's a pretty reasonable gamble that it's there. You're looking at it being there roughly 18% of the time, so it's pretty decent play to just stick in and stick around until you make it through those 4 checks.
Killing the Stalfos is just so dumb. There's bad enemies. Who made them? Why are they made of jello?
See, for me recently, the blue Zazacs have just been jerks in GT. I'm not even mad at the red Stalfos anymore. Blue Zazacs has been the bane of my existence. I think the past 2 times I've done that room, I've had to run like 3 times around the spikes in the center. Because I'm not Solski and I'm not willing to like dash up through the center like a madman.
I hate with Master Sword that those red Zazacs don't die to 1 hit.
Yeah, you gotta hit them into the spikes, and of course they know that that's what you've got to do, so they...
Smushed! Yeah.
Smushed?
They know. Smush that guy.
Oh no!
Look at him!
There he was. That is an excellent sprite, the Shy Guy Bunny.
It's very good.
So, shoutouts to our community of sprite makers as well. Do a great job of having various options on both sides of the game for people who want to kind of customize or add flavor to their experience. I'm a bland player. I play just with the vanilla sprites. Sometimes I even remove color from the vanilla sprites. I'm the most boring.
You are. Yeah, for whatever reason, I would never want to change my Samus sprite other than changing, like, the colors of her suits. But Link to the Past, gotta have a different sprite. Can't be Blink. Who even is that? Never heard of him.
Oh, Andy getting scummed a little by the top pixel there eating the Aghanim ball, but cleaning it up nicely. Had some solid triple geometries and good Agatu there for Andy, who is now indisputably ahead, as we foresaw.
Turns out Andy is good at game.
Honestly, I thought Ivan was going to maintain the lead. GT Key and Hecken Moldorm conspiring against.
I'm too, getting the paw bomb refill. Clutch play.
Yeah, so I guess, were there bombs in Tier 2 as well as Tier 1? Because I think we saw the Tier 1 was the single bombs.
I think it was Tier 2. Always
Okay.
that was single bombs.
Okay. Then I just missed some of the farming.
Dang, did Ivan just hover Moldorm too?
Of course he did.
You even have hook
Why?
shot equipped.
Why press the B button when you can just press the A button?
1,000 times.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice triple. That was not
That
great
was-
single.
Yeah. little less great. You'll see that runners are going to get different Agatu patterns in this, unlike A Link to the Past randomizer. Some of the RNG seeding that's been done on that side of the game development was either disregarded for this, in the sense of, like, we also don't want to have to normalize, like, Fantune RNG and stuff like that, or just not brought over.
Little G for Andy. The first of our forerunners to defeat a major boss. Ivan gonna take on Ganon with only the Master Sword. But he does have silver arrows, so the last phase won't be too bad.
Yeah, I feel like my Master Sword fights, like the Trident phase 1 has been the worst for me lately. So I empathize with what Ivan's going through right now.
I agree with that, actually. Like, it's...
Like, I want to think that it's the fire bats and the fire ring phase 2. But
Yeah.
no, the Trident, just for whatever reason, just like... I just think of it as a non-threat, and then I just take like 3 Tridents to the face, and then I die. It's how it goes.
All up in your business, and you're just like, why are you doing this? Why are you still moving?
The worst was, last time I miscounted and thought I had 12 hits and had 11, and then like I was expecting the fire ring to come, so I was ready, and then just like get punked by the Trident and die. I was like, well, all right.
Fantastic.
That's why I'm not in this tournament anymore. Yeah, these runners are all doing an excellent job. This is a really good match. It's gonna, turn out to be maybe a little farther apart than it looked for a lot of it in terms of time, just because when team finds go mode largely is going to determine the time. But this has been a really good race. I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Little G for Ivan as well. Yeah, it had a pretty... It was even, all things considered. Obviously, we didn't know where Go Mode was at the time. And then Farfelu finding those boots and that flute, just giving his team a pretty huge movement advantage. All the while, Team Farts kind of going the slow way through Lower Norfair and all of that. But yeah, Team Farts committing to the backdoor Meridia first and getting that hammer first really swung it largely back in their favor.
Yeah, and I mean, Farfelu and Ivan were basically in Suitless Meridia at the same time. Ivan back to front while Farfelu was doing front to back, and the choice to leave with that cane also was just a big juncture that ultimately cost the late hammer. But I think even if Farfelu sticks in post cane, that will cut grass for rupees. If they're not winning this, they at least are in a very strong position in the race. At worst, it's close.
Mm-hmm.
And in that regard, I think it's only close in a sense that Hammer kind of points you directly to the boots, because they found the thing that was in the worst spot, other than Hammer first. So, definitely was one that was contested even pretty deep, and that's always what you like to see. See how Farfelu does with this terrible geometry.
Oh, that's like the worst pattern.
It was like
this one too. It's like the same, just different
all
spot.
The corners. Yeah, all the corners plus blue ball. Thanks, Aga.
Thanks, Aga.
That one was fun.
That was Farflu's
fault.
Okay,
here's the Andy pattern. Here it is.
Bonkers. Yeah, I guess if the balls hit at the same time, they only count as one or something dumb, because dumb.
It's Aga 2 iframes. You get your iframes, why doesn't he get his?
Well, there's 3 of him, and 2 of them I can't hit. Those are his iframes. They're constant. Nice Shine Spark kill from Ivan there. Gets the blue suit. Thankfully not required. Yeah. Suitless Dragon blue suit.
See what he chooses to do with that blue suit.
Alright, MM2, let's see this mimic clip. Backwards halfy. Just kidding. And he has extended his lead quite a bit. Ivan's got to go to Fantoon still.
Yeah. Looks like maybe order of, 4 or 5 minutes, depending. Ahead by most Vitorian, traversal to and from wrecked ship. The Fantoon fight, not so bad. Ivan will have that charge plasma. Ivan would have a pretty fast Fantoon anyway. Andy getting a nice baby skip there.
Nice. That last jump is always scary.
It is. But yeah, barring anything crazy, as Farfelu finishes up his Ganon fight. Nicely done. Gonna cross that bridge and get back to Super Metroid, but yeah, barring any crazy mishaps here, Team Farts is gonna earn their Team Crockpot rematch.
Yeah, and be the best loser of all the losers.
A different best loser. This, I guess, MM2 and Farfelu are the strongest mono loser, right? Was that how we decided it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lose too hard. Who did they lose to originally? Let me look at the bracket.
Who did they lose to originally? I think it was Crockpot. I think Crockpot was their first loss.
Oh yeah.
So they lost to Crockpot and Farts, the 2 teams that are still left in the tournament at this point, assuming that nothing goes strangely.
Yeah, Crockpot. So yeah, and conversely, that means Crockpot took out Rupees and Team Farts. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Rude.
some
So
some
someone's
strong
gotta do
top ends in
something
this
about
tournament.
them. Yeah.
See, I blame Solsky, and MM2 is doing the mimic clips here. Seems good. That first mimic just being a little wonky. Sometimes those first rooms really just a pain. Like you have to clip fewer times in the first room, but it's just here we go. We're on an adventure.
Yeah. I can't comment. I have no idea how this is done. But
Well, the weird thing is that there they go. Okay, so we got the first room, nicely done. The last time that you do that clip, you need to hold the opposite direction, basically, or they're going to walk back up into the room on you. So it's finicky. Whereas this one, like, as long as you're just doing the buffering, which MM2 is doing, it's kind of hard to mess this one up too badly. But yeah, losses to the first two teams. If Ivan can get through Torian and Andy can get through Mother Brain. Pretty decisive third for MM2 and Farflu, two newer runners in SMZ3. I think Farflu's first tournament was the SG Live last year, if I remember right.
yeah, could be.
I know definitely a runner who's put in a lot of work lately. Same with MM2, so it's good to see them put up a nice result in this tournament.
Yeah, they had a tough road. No matter where you slice it, like having to face these guys and Crockpot. I think We'll Cut Grass for Rupees was the number 4 overall seed.
That sounds about right. I think was your team the 3 seed?
No, we were 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Okay. Yeah, we were 7 because we clowned the qualifiers. But yeah, I mean, I think We'll Cut Grass for Rupees may have been the 3.
Yeah, Plasma Go Burr was
Plasma Go
3.
Burr
We'll
was
Cut
okay.
Grass for Rupees was 4.
Okay.
I think we were 5.
Yeah, a lot of good teams in this tournament.
Yeah,
for being
sure.
A co-op in a smaller community than either the Link to the Past, especially, or Super Metroid randomizers. A little bit of a smaller audience tournament in that regard. Definitely some top-heavy teams and some new teams that I was really excited to get to watch this tournament. Team that ultimately knocked my team out of Shadow Amp and IEE. Players I didn't get to watch run a ton before this tournament, but very impressive, put on a great run in the tournament as well.
Yeah, lots of great improvement overall. Like, I think we all know, Sloters was in the tournament here with Seffi, and then a real cutie with Duck. Both Sloters and a real cutie improving their Link to the Past game tenfold over this time. So yeah, just really, Chicago boys, G3, Pistachio G3, and GG's to Andy, finishing up.
2:21:56 official racetime.gg time. I almost said sr.tv time. I don't want to relive that nightmare.
Oh dear, that's
bad. Let's not think about that.
Oh, sorry.
GG to Andy.
Yeah, very nice time for a very elusive hammer, I'll say. So again, the official team time is whatever time Ivan finishes at. But yeah, it's looking like we're gonna have the Crockpot number 1 seed going against Team Farts, number 2 seed. There is potential for bracket reset. So the finals are best of 3, if I'm not mistaken, instead of just one match or one game.
Let me consult the rules doc while you continue to
Please,
talk about that.
do. And then, because this is double elimination, if Team Farts were actually to take the first series, there would actually be a bracket reset, and there would be another potential 3 games. Because you have to lose twice to lose, and Crockpot has not lost yet, so. Nothing I said probably made any sense, but I tried. So we have potential for 6 more SMZ3s. Is it best of 3? Is it not best of 3?
I don't think it's best of 3.
I thought it was.
I have the official rules here.
Well, it should be.
Winner's bracket will have 2 weeks per round to schedule. So they have 2 weeks per round now, I guess. SMZ3 best of 3 is a lot.
It is.
This is not a short game.
I think in the single player tournaments it's been best of 3 at the end, but I don't know. There's just been a lot of action, a lot of tournaments right now, and then getting ready for SG Live next month. It's a busy time for us gamers.
Yeah, a lot of the folks you're seeing in the co-op tournament here, also doing the solo runs for the SG Live tournament coming up. The group stages for that are starting actually today. Was the first day to be able to schedule. I'm not sure if we had any matches today, but those are going to be going on. But yeah, I'm not seeing the best of 3. I believe it is best of 1. I'm willing to be wrong on that, but
sneak in to edit the Google Doc.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something somewhere along the line is best of 3 out there, I'm sure. Not this.
All right, Ivan, looking at maybe that blue bomber. Give it.
Oh.
I appreciate it. Ivan has won my heart on this one. I appreciate giving blue bomber one go. You know. If you hack the inputs, just do the spark, you know, accept the shame, but if you got the gear, you gotta give it one try. Yeah, unless Andy takes longer than 2 minutes and 20 seconds to make it through Parlor, we're gonna get that Crockpot Team Farts rematch.
This game is rough.
Yeah, I mean,
it could happen.
The 1 and 2 seeds in the tournament in a kind of, you know, lower variance format. Who could have seen it happen? But GG to Andy and Ivan. Ivan.
The Andy and Andy.
I do mean Ivan. The Andy v Andy. I think we just need to play the audio clips at this point. But GG the Team Farts.
Yeah, 2:26:15. It's their official team time. GG's. Good luck next round. We're getting them in here for interviews.
The real advantage of 10-minute delay is the immediate interview.
Yeah.
Welcome Andy and Ivan, Team Farts. GG, guys.
Hello. GG.
So, how do you feel about that one? It was interesting on our side, for sure.
It was not a fun co-op seed. It was a lot of both of us just following each other in circles for like the first hour. Thieves Town having high jump boots kind of sucked because second person was just gonna wait for Hammer for the potential Thieves Town big chest troll location. So, yeah, I don't know. It was really interesting to like try and figure out what or who should do what past like the early game, but this was kind of a rough one to play.
Yeah, it was not fun This
Welcome,
was
MM2 and Farflu as well. Taking the forfeit. It looks like Farflu might be finishing it out though. But GG guys.
Yeah, GG.
GG's.
GG's. This was just not good to route. There were like no easy calls.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess you do this. I don't even know. Maybe that was pretty much this whole seed, honestly.
Yeah, I think the easiest call was probably for me being the first one to do Bryn Loop, doing Wreck Ship with all of the power bombs I could ever need, Screw Attack and Space Jump. I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'll do this while Ivan does like the mountain and stuff. And then it was literally nothing. And so I ended up having to follow Ivan to the mountain anyways. And then it was just awkward.
Yeah, I like the decision to send you specifically up to Hera when that became a thing because of that book, though. Just
Yeah, I
making
mean,
sure.
at that point, I was behind too, so it was like, let me do a crystal dungeon, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, I can't remember what. I think it was when I was going to Lower Norfair. I was like, I guess I could do Hera first since I'm already at the Mountain Warp. It just made more sense for Andy to do it at the time. So
Yeah, like that was after I did like 30 minutes of literally nothing. Rock for a bow that we probably didn't even, or not probably, but bow that we didn't necessarily need. And then I did all of Eastern and Pod and Overworld cleanup for absolutely nothing. So I was just
Yeah.
like, man, this sucks. I'm gonna go do this crystal dungeon.
yeah, and going
Literally, this
to
whole seed.
going to Lower Norfair and pulling Spring Ball and grapple out of the area. I was just kind of like, well, I feel like it's just going to be somewhere in Sulis Meridia, so I guess I'm just going here after clearing Lower Norfair.
Yeah. I don't know. Just all the things like we were planning on doing Sulis, and then just the Samaria baited us, and then we were sad. So I guess that's the story of this seed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I cleared from the back, so I found Hammer before Samaria, but I also went into Fire early, and I think that's all that Samaria would have done for us, was let us kill Vidi at the time, so...
Yeah. And I don't think Farfelu was... Yeah, Farfelu did Meridia after Norfair, so it was like... He kind of was naturally doing it from the front, and doing it from the back would have like spent 3 years getting to the back in the first place. So I think doing it from the front at the time was defensible.
Yeah, Farfelu and Ivan were basically pincering Meridia for us at roughly the same time for different teams. And so we got to watch Farfelu make the choice of leaving with the cane, and right before Ivan found the hammer, basically. Maybe 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, I considered just leaving with the hammer too, but Andy, I know, because the plan was to have Andy come through the front after Speedway or Waterway, I think.
Yeah, because I was getting the high jump boots and getting grapple. Or I got grapple and then got high jump boots and I was gonna do Waterway into the front since Ivan was like did all the pits and he was heading up to the beach, and so I was like, okay, well by the time I'm caught up and like on my way to Meridia, Ivan will be done with the beach and I can just go in through the front if he doesn't find anything. And then I was like, what, like 30 seconds from going into Swamp Palace when Ivan found the hammer. So I was like, all right, see you later. And then it ended up, being the boots anyways.
Yeah. So Will Cut Grass for Rupees had done the hammerless swamp dive early and got the boots and the flute early and had them for quite a while, and we were wondering if that was going to convert into an advantage, and it just really was going to be a matter of where that hammer fell. So it made for really an interesting race while hammer was outstanding.
Yeah. I feel like the boots might have been an advantage. Maybe they did swamp, maybe they didn't. Like if boots locked hammer or something, that would have been really nice.
Yeah, which when boots immediately locked flute, we were just like, oh man, not lava diving today, right? Can get around having to go through to blind at least for now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now. being
or
pretty operative.
Yeah, or I could have just done bootless. I was considering, like, when I was doing Upper Norfair, if there was mirror there, like, even though there was no pearl, I was very much considering doing bootless dive because I could get Mire Shed and checkerboard and the Scouted Desert done at the time. So
the bootless lava dive was maybe less the concern. It was more just that you were going to have to get them to go into Meridia eventually. Like, you
for sure.
could technically have done it without, but just why?
Yeah, why? Well, I mean, if you're gonna do bootless suitless, you either need X-ray, which was in GT, or you need Spring Ball, which is trash. So yeah, you're going.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spring Ball and Ice were available, which is like the technically okay, but please just get the high jump boots.
Yeah, I mean, just go get the high jump boots. It's literally on a crystal boss. But my Thieves Town big chest. But yeah, this is just not fun to route or play until we got Hammer, and then we were like, all right, well, I guess we lose. Because I mean, it's very hard to see yourself ahead after doing Suitless Meridia, chasing the Samaria, and then last location your Hammer, basically. Because I think at that point, all we had left was, I think, second chest of Mire, and that would have been worse.
Yeah, which that's where the charge beam was.
Yeah.
Was the cutscene.
Yeah, not the worst thing to be there.
Yeah, you guys had a ton of ammo.
Yeah, it really didn't matter at that point. I think I went into Lower Norfair with like 45 supers. So finding charge was like, oh, great, I have charge ice, and it's kind of useless anyway.
Yeah, you guys had like 50 and 55 supers, while MM2 was like shooting 3 supers at the Ghidorah into Ridley and still had 55 supers into the fight. Like,
yeah, I mean, I was slightly hoping I didn't Ghidorah crash, but I mean, yeah, 50 something or other supers. I think I had 65 entering LN. It was stupid.
I think I was 55-50 entering LN, and I ended up with 80-60 on my way to Torian.
Yeah.
So it was great finding power bombs in Link's house. We did practice seed yesterday.
Oh my god!
I had 5 power bombs at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, Bryn Loop came in clutch with like 3 more power bomb packs and bombs.
And bombs and space and
jump and
screw
and
silvers and like 8 super packs.
Yeah, Farfalu told me just do early supers. Everything there is worth.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah, I just wrote Bryn Reserve on silvers, and he's like, "That's a heart container," and I'm like, "Yeah, just get it all."
It was like an E-tank, 2 supers, silvers, and
a heart container.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, wow.
And I never got to use those silvers because heckin' bow.
Yeah, Ivan ended up going to get that because he wasn't getting either of the other 2 swords.
Yeah, my heart just broke when I saw the sword in left pit. I was like, there's no point in me going back to direct ship for the sword past bowling, and I'm not going out of Meridia Suitless to get this, so.
Yeah, that must have been sad. Because because me and Farfalu split up the swords nice, because Farfalu did front Meridia and got the hammer super late and got the left sandpit sword, and then I got the bowling sword. So it was nice.
Yeah, we were just hoping gravity wasn't like waterway or something. That was like the only worry as we're like go-moding all these dungeons, sort of.
Yeah, what was the decision on having Ivan do Pyramid Ferry? We were kind of not expecting it.
I think we underestimated how what our time difference was.
Yeah, we thought I was still a decent amount ahead and had time to do it anyway.
That was my best guess. I thought you were ahead at that time, and I was like, well, it's kind of a free roll. And then we watch you fall twice to Moldorm, and then Andy passes you.
Yeah, we thought Ivan had a pretty significant lead on me.
Yeah, I think I did, honestly, and maybe even after Pyramid Ferry I did, and then falling to Moldorm sucked, and then we both went left in GT because Hoperum had nothing, and then you just happened to go right, and everything was over there, so
yeah, and
then
then
just more time.
better sword, and you guys are on infinite ammo for Torian, so hard to make that up.
It's okay. I got to show off my old man stuff with Blue Dragon and X Factoring Fantoon, so I'm happy.
That's called gamer stuff, Ivan. I can't do that, and I'm an SM main. Like, I think the only other person I've seen do that in the tournament was like Stashio.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Stashio ran a lot of old route.
Yeah, he does.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's still old route.
yeah. I wasn't sure if he had switched yet.
Nah, I don't think he ever plans to switch. I don't know about
my
ever.
man. My man.
But yeah,
He's on that MGA life.
Hell yeah.
yeah. Shouts to MGA.
I thought the old man stuff you're talking about is doing old man cave with the hook shot when you had a sword, Ivan.
Do what now?
You did the old man cave with the hook
Crap,
shot,
I had a sword.
and you had a sword.
I forgot I had a sword.
Ivan was like
what is this?
yelling in the mic, like, "Hope I don't die to an old man."
Yeah, also shoutouts to my mic cable just deciding to stop working halfway through Bryn Loop. And then I was just sweating my butt off trying to fix it during door transitions. And then I just decided to finally unplug the cable on the elevator up out of Retro Bryn. So I effectively had no mic for 5 minutes, but I was doing checks Farflu had already done, so it didn't even matter. But I was just sweating.
I was gonna say, at least, like, you can just be like, "Hey, do all of Bryn. Like, it doesn't matter. Just do it."
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Moon Pearl and like 5 things you want. And
Yeah, exactly. It was, if any time for that to happen, that was probably the best time for it to happen. I was still terrified, though.
no, those things suck. I'm glad it didn't end up like strongly influencing how things went down. Like you were able to get it fixed and
Be
everything.
weird.
For sure.
I'm just imagining like me and Ivan not talking during one of these and just like typing in our Google Doc, like, "All right, I'm going to Eastern area."
Yeah, I tabbed back over to from the dock to the race time channel. I think after I killed Ganon or something, and I saw M2's mic is dead. Oh no, we're good. Like right after one another, I was like, oh, thank God, because we wouldn't have seen that for a long time.
Yeah, that would have not been fun, but I mean, it is what it is. Tech issues happen, but definitely happy this one didn't influence the race really at all.
Yeah.
Like, at worst, I lost 5 seconds because bad movement, but I can also lose 5 seconds because bad movement any other day of the week, so.
Yeah, ultimately still a very good and compelling race. A lot of fun to watch, and on my end, I know I had a lot of fun commentating it with Polar Bear Bunny. Was a really fun one, even if you didn't really like co-oping the seed.
Can you take the frog into swamp for the smith?
I don't believe you can now.
I don't think you can.
So then it's good I saved him there and didn't try. Good. Never mind.
I think he's scared of swamps, which is
Yeah.
weird because he's a frog, but you know.
I don't know. I've seen Bressingham go into swamp a million times. Doesn't he play as a frog? I don't know. Yeah. Bress plays as frog, for sure.
Yeah,
he does.
yeah. What a triggered frog.
Yeah, the good frog.
That's a brave frog though. The smith frog is like, dude can't even get out of some rocks.
I mean, they're heavy rocks, like, and like you're not really gonna expect a frog to lift a really, really heavy rock.
Have you seen frogs taunt pose though? That bicep is real. He could lift some rocks.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Also, sorry, PBB. I meant to tug paw. I forgot.
Only have 2 tug paw.
I tugged both paws. I made it up for everyone.
We got at least one paw was tugged. I guess two paws were tugged.
Yeah, I gave that left paw some love.
I don't know how you won, then. I don't understand, but okay.
I need to eat dinner. I'm starving and it's 11 p.m. So I'm gonna head out. But GG's. We'll see you guys in SGL.
Yeah, see you then.
Any words for separately Solsky or Aussie, Andy, before you go?
I'm worried about Aussie.
Yeah, we made a pact in the race room before this started that whoever wins has to put Solsky in the dumpster. So
Well, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah. Good luck with that.
Yes, July.
Yeah, GG's guys. Looking forward to catching that the winners bracket finals rematch. Hopefully, we get to see it go to at least a final game, a third for that series.
Yeah, I guess it's just like a best 2 out of 3 with extra steps.
Yep.
Best
Yeah.
of 3. Best of 3.
Best of 3 with some other team that's like not top 2. It's in the middle or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you guys
GG's.
for coming. Thanks for restreaming. Yeah. Thanks.
GG, Sandy.
Heck yeah.
GG's.
I'll join in on it. What Andy said. Shoutouts to all the people. Thanks for coming. Thanks for tracking. Thanks for restreaming. Thanks for having the tournament. It was honestly such a blast to honestly even get this far. I was not expecting to come in third.
Yeah,
At
y'all
all.
had a great run, man. You really did. Impressive showing from a lot of teams, you guys included.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, sad to see it end, but I mean, we were literally against the number 2 seed. What are you expecting? Us to win?
Yeah. I mean, your losses were the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed, if I'm thinking right.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
we lost
I mean-
to Crockpot somewhere in winner's bracket.
Yeah, I mean, shocker.
Oh my god. Team loses to number 1 seed that literally has Aussie on it. Nobody saw this coming.
Yeah. Aussie plus a large selection of people could reasonably be a number 1 seed.
Agreed.
Guy's a monster at this game.
Yeah, I think the majority of people in this call, aka aka everybody in this call who plays SMZ3 could probably do that. So, but yeah, GG's.
GG's. Ivan, any other thoughts before we wrap this one up?
I don't think so. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for restream and tracking.
Yeah, GG. I guess MM2 and Farfaloo. Anything from y'all? I guess this is the last chance to share anything for the tournament for you guys.
Kick butt versus Solsky Aussie, Andy and Ivan.
We'll try.
Yeah, just win, and it was a really nice tournament. Looking forward for the next one in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, SGL's coming, so you got that one going. I'm sad I couldn't do it, but I think I saw just about everyone else in there.
Yeah, it's like you and Nito, who I can name, who aren't doing SGL.
Yeah, it's just literally the worst week of the year for me, so there's
Heckin'.
just no way. Heckin'. But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Yeah. See y'all in the next co-op tournament in like 2025.
Yeah, GG's to Will Cut Grass for Rupees. Thanks, y'all, for coming in and chatting. Thank you again, PBB, for extending the invitation for me to join you on commentary in this one. This was a blast. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, of course. Thank you again, Maniacal, for joining me tonight, and SaverUX and Hydropower tracking for us tonight. And of course, GG's to our special runners, Team Farts, Andy and Ivan, and We'll Cut the Grass for Rupees. MM2 Nest Cartridge and Farfaloo, please give them a follow if you haven't already. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the Crockpot Team Farts match on the schedule really soon. Until then, we will be signing off. Have a good night.